Hi everyone, welcome to or back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Sammy and I like to yap about books. So I thought I'd start off with a few updates on my reading. I finished Dead of Winter by Darcy Coates for the Books and Bakes book club on Fable, ran by Carly from the Pastel Bookshelf, and I absolutely loved it. Gave it a 4 stars. The book is so well written. It is so tense all the way throughout the book. And the first 2 chapters genuinely made me quite nervous, actually. I felt like I was there with the characters. It was brilliant. The only thing, 2 things I think that bugged me a little bit about the book. One, I did guess who the killer was quite early on. I did start second guessing myself because of the way the book is written, but then I was right in the end. So that kind of gets to me when I'm reading a thriller. I want to be shocked by who it is, not guess it quite early on. I did really appreciate, though, the lengths that this person went to carry out their plan. The revenge plot in this is staggering on such a scale I've never seen before, and it's just mind-blowing. The second thing that kind of got to me is the end was really sudden and short, and I wanted not even a chapter, just a paragraph to tell me if certain characters survived, because at the very end it's still uncertain on about 3 characters if they survive, and it just ends and we don't ever know if they survived, what happened afterwards. I think it would have just been a nice little touch, because that book needed a definite ending. I thoroughly enjoyed the book, though. It's such a good read. Go and check it out, definitely. Now, I have another DNF. I started listening on Audible to I Was a Teenage Slasher, and I could not get on with it at all. I listened to a good couple of hours of it, and this book is supposed to be a memoir of a teenage boy who becomes a killer. Now, I was really looking forward to this. I was kind of expecting it to be a little bit like the TV programme Dexter, but more like internal monologue, kind of get into his psyche of like what he was thinking, what made him this killer. But for the 2 hours that I listened to it, all he kept going on about was that it was 1989 and that he was a American teenager, and everything was just really odd. It was very jumpy, and then I don't know, something happened where someone who was supposed to be dead came back and tried to kill them. I don't know. I just could not follow it. I don't know if it was a me problem, because again, this is a book that I have seen so many good reviews about, 5-star reviews saying it's brilliant, it changes the slasher genre. But for me, I had no clue of what was going on and why we were being told this stuff, because to me, none of it really made any sense as to why it would have made him a killer. So yeah, I DNF'd it. I don't know what's going on with me lately. Normally I do not DNF books, and I don't know, suddenly I'm a bit like, nope, not doing it. If it doesn't feel right, I'm just not listening to it, which I guess is a good thing in a way. But I'm disappointed, because this book has been on my TBR for quite some time, and I decided to get it off of Audible. And yeah, it's just another one that just didn't work for me, unfortunately. Now, speaking of Audible, I actually cancelled my subscription with them yesterday and immediately then signed up for BookBeat. Now, there's nothing wrong with Audible. I didn't realise I'd only been with them since April this year when I started listening to audiobooks. But I just feel like the platform isn't working for me. Audible is obviously Amazon's company, and I think I was paying $8.99 a month. You get a credit to go towards a book, and then you get to listen to any free books that are in their Plus catalogue, and you also get to listen to podcasts. Anything else that you want, any other books, you'd have to pay for with your own money. And when I started out listening to audiobooks, it was great because I was only just like dipping my toe in the water. So I was only listening to like 1 or 2 audiobooks a month. But now I've really gotten into listening to them. And I find myself wanting to just keep on having an audiobook to listen to. So I'm trying BookBeat. So they do a 30-day free trial, and then you go on to the plan. You buy listening time for BookBeat and not titles. So you buy a set amount of hours, and whatever you listen to in those hours deducts it, and then once you've run out of hours, you can either pay to buy more, or you just wait until your subscription rolls over. So I downloaded that. And today I listened to Victorian Psycho. Now this is another one that's been on my TBR for a really long time, and I've heard brilliant things about it. I listened to it all today and absolutely loved it. We follow a young lady who goes to be a nanny for a well-to-do family in Victorian society, and it's crazy. It's in the best way. It's crazy. So she is a psychopath, and we get told different parts of her life that have led up to this moment and this story. And I found it so interesting. It's so fast paced. The kills come out of nowhere. Suddenly just she'll be slashing someone's neck, or it's just, one of the kills did genuinely shock me, and I think you do need to read the trigger warnings beforehand, because there is one in particular that did shock me, and I just sat there and I was like, oh no, she didn't, but she does. And then the ending is just absolute crazy carnage, but I absolutely loved it. And yeah, it was just a really good, fun, fast-paced time. I'm so pleased it was so good. I really want a physical edition for my bookshelves now, though. So yeah, and I'm really looking forward to carrying on listening to books through the BookBeat app. You can listen to them offline, which is what I needed as well for work. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what else I can find in the catalogue and listen to. So yeah, hold out for more BookBeat audiobook reviews. So back in my first vlog, I admitted to being awful at sticking to TBR or hopefuls lists. But for winter this year, I think I've come up with a list that I can actually stick to, and I thought I'd go through it with you. So the first book on that list is The Winter Spirits Ghostly Tales for Frosty Nights, which is an anthology of wintry ghost stories. Now, I started this last night on my Kindle and read The Host, which is the first story in the book, and it's so creepy. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what other stories are in this, because the ending just totally freaked me out, and just before bed as well. But yeah, really good. So I'm really looking forward to that one. The next one on my list is Christmas and Other Horrors, which is another Christmas horror anthology book. I'm really looking forward to that one as well, because again, I've heard a lot about it and it's always got good reviews. After that, I've got Krampus by Brom, and after reading Slewfoot by him earlier this year and absolutely loving it, I can't wait to see what kind of twist he's put on this story. The next Kindle book on this list is The Whistling by Rebecca Netley. Now, on the cover of this book, it says, "If you hear it, it's already too late." Now, this is a ghost story, And I'll just read you a little bit of the blurb. So it says, when Elspeth arrives on a remote Scottish island to become a nanny to a young child, she hopes to bond with her until she learns that for reasons no one will explain, Mary has not spoken for months, and the girl's silence is not the only mystery. Hypnotic lullabies drift down empty corridors, strange dolls appear in abandoned rooms, and as the nights draw in, darker questions arise. What happened to Mary's late twin William? Why did their previous nanny disappear so suddenly? And is the whistling Elspeth hears at night just the storm outside, or is somebody coming for her? Now, I love a ghost story, and as soon as I heard this was set in the Scottish Highlands, I loved Scotland. I knew I had to read it, so yeah, and I think it came down to like 99p when I bought it, so it was a no-brainer for me. I'm so excited to read this one. I've heard nothing but good things about it, so yeah, I definitely think I can get this one done in winter because it just sounds perfect for me. Now, the last Kindle book on this list that I've put together is called Tiny Wild Things by Danielle M. Wong. And this is supposed to be a gripping psychological thriller about a journalist who wants to get a story from a reclusive artist. Now, I've read the blurb for this and it sounds brilliant. I've not read or heard anything about anyone reading this though, so I thought this might be a cool kind of twist kind of pick, because yeah, nobody's talking about it, so I'm going to see if it's any good and then I'll let you know. Okay, so the rest of the books on my list are physical books. I've got them stacked up here next to me. Quick disclaimer, I don't know what order I'm going to be reading these in, but I thought I'd just go through them as I've got them here. So, the first book that I'm going to be talking about is Bloom by Delilah S. Dawson. I've seen so many good reviews about this, and yeah, I've wanted it for ages, got it from Forbidden Planet at a really good sale price and cannot wait to read it. In case anyone does want to know what it's about, I will read the blurb very quickly. It says, Rosemary meets Ash at the farmer's market. Ash, precise, pretty and practically perfect, sells bars of soap in delicate pastel colours, sprinkle spackled cupcakes stacked on scallop stands, beeswax candles, jelly jars of honey and glossy green plants. Ro has never felt this way about another woman. With Ash, she wants to be her and have her in equal measure. But as her obsession with Ash consumes her, she may find she's not the one doing the devouring. Told in a lush, delectable prose, this deliciously dark tale of passion taking an unsavoury turn. What a tongue twister of a blurb, but it sounds brilliant, and yeah, I've heard so many good things about this, so I'm really, really looking forward to this one. Next up we have Diavola by Jennifer Thorne. Now this one is, I've heard it's more of a summer book, but I want to read it anyway. It's a ghosty story. I love a ghosty story. So I'm not going to read you the blurb for this one. I am going to read you this recommendation on the back though, because it just stood out to me. So Gabrielle Dillon said, imagine The Exorcist meets The Haunting of Hill House in a creepy Tuscan villa with lots of atmosphere and a vein of dark humour running throughout. I mean, if that's not more me coded, I don't know what is. I don't care that it's set in summer. I'm going to read it and I'll probably love it. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Okay, so with this one, I went for a surefire Freida McFadden, The Locked Door. I love a Freida McFadden book. I haven't read one yet that I've not liked. This one, probably no different. I don't really know what it's about, if I'm being honest. Let's have a look. It says, while 11-year-old Nora Davis was up in her bedroom doing homework, she had no idea her father was killing women in the basement until the police arrive at her front door. Oh my goodness, this sounds amazing. I cannot wait to read this. I love a Freida, so I'm excited for this one. Now, I've had this one for a couple of months. I got this from the Accidental Bookshop in Alnwick, which I absolutely loved that bookshop so much. It's called Moonflow by Bitter Karella. And this one is about a trans woman who makes her living off growing mushrooms. And I believe she gets a bad harvest and then she goes into the woods and something in the forest is waking up, and it just says something in the forest is waking up, it's hungry and it wants her. And it's got so many recommendations on the back of this book. It sounds amazing. I mean, look at the cover, it's so cool. Very trippy, obviously, mushrooms, but I've wanted to read this for a long time. I feel like I can get through it in the winter. I don't know if it's like winter themed. I don't really care. But yeah, it's very cool. I'm looking forward to this one as well. Up next, we have Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney. Now, look at this cover. Just... oh, I love this cover so much. So this one is another thriller. I'm definitely into my thrillers and horrors lately. It's author Grady Green is having the worst day of his life. Grady calls his wife as she's driving home to share some exciting news. He hears Abby slam on the brakes and get out of the car, then nothing. When he eventually finds her car by a cliff edge, the headlights are on, the driver door is open, her phone is still there, but his wife has disappeared. A year later, Grady is still overcome with grief and desperate to know what happened to Abby. He can't sleep and he can't write, so he travels to a tiny Scottish island to try to get his life back on track. There, he sees the impossible, a woman who looks exactly like his missing wife. Oh my gosh. This sounds so good. I actually did not realise this was set in Scotland. So 2 Scottish settings. I'm so excited. I really feel like I can nail this TBR, Hopefuls List, whatever you want to call it. I am so excited to read these books. So I'm really hoping I can actually get it and I don't get sidetracked by other books if I get any for Christmas or see any deals on Amazon Kindle books or etc. Because I'm like a magpie, honestly. Okay, so these last 2 books have both been on my TBR for a while, and these were both bought for me by my sister who found them for me, and I still can't quite believe I've got the one I'm going to talk about next. But this one, The Final Girls Support Group by Grady Hendrix, I can't wait to read this. So this is all about final girls, so girls who have survived killing sprees, and yeah, it's just a support group. What I really like about this book, if I can just find it, I don't know if you can see, but there are like case notes. I think they're like, yeah, letters and psychiatric notes and like journal entries that these girls have wrote, and it's all the way through the book, and like that. It looks so cool. I do love a book where you get like a journal entry or little notes, something just to kind of make you feel like you're really part of it and there. I really think that's just such a good way, I mean, to get me in anyway. I love stuff like that, absolutely love it. Okay, so last but not least is The Silent Companions by Laura Purcell. Look at this cover that my sister managed to find. It's got the little keyhole, and then, so exciting, so exciting. Now, this is a book that I've heard is like one of those must-read horror books, and it's been on my radar for a very long time. I've heard Sinead Hannah talk about it, Carly from the Pastel Bookshelf talk about it. I've read a lot of reviews on Fable and Goodreads, so it's just been one of those books that I've had lined up, and then my sister got me this copy and I was just like, can read it. I'm so excited. So this one also has a diary. I will read you the blurb. So, newly married, newly widowed, Elsie is sent to see out her pregnancy at her late husband's crumbling country estate, The Bridge. With her new servants resentful and the local villagers actively hostile, Elsie only has her husband's awkward cousin for company, or so she thinks. For inside her new home is a locked room, and beyond its door lies a 200-year-old diary hinting at the house's dark past, and a deeply unsettling painted wooden figure, a silent companion that bears a striking resemblance to Elsie herself. Now, I didn't know, but these silent companions were actually real things. They're like painted doll, I think they're like 2D cut out things. They're so creepy, but I'm so excited to read this, and I do believe it's set in the winter. I might be wrong about that, but it's a nice ghosty story, so I'm going to see if I can get it read. I mean, I'm hoping to get it read. It sounds amazing. So yeah, that is my winter hopefuls list, and I'm actually feeling quite positive about it. I normally am like, oh, just add something to the TBR and then we'll see if we get around to it. With this one, these are actually books that have been sat beside my bed for quite a while. They're books that I'm really excited to read, so hopefully I will make a dent in them. I mean, like I said, I already started one last night, so that's a good start. I don't add audiobooks to my wish list, my hopefuls lists, because I don't tend to plan out what I'm going to listen to. I will just pick a book and listen to it, and yeah, so it's definitely more random for me with audiobooks, but we'll see how I go. With BookBeat, I'm really excited. I am going to listen to, there's a couple of like murder mystery ones that I've heard are quite funny, so I'm going to listen to those next, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to wrap it up there for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave it a like and give me a subscribe if you want to continue watching me chat about books. And yeah, come over and say hi in the comments, drop a comment, and yeah, I'll see you all next time. Bye.